The night was already chaotic, the Raw crowd was buzzing with energy, and the Vision had complete control of the ring, standing tall over the Usos. The beatdown was brutal, relentless, and it looked as if Jimmy and Jay had no savior left. The Usos fought with heart, but the numbers game and the sheer aggression of the Vision were too much. The audience booed with fury, sensing that the brothers were moments away from being left broken in the middle of the ring. Suddenly, the lights in the arena flickered. The Titantron glowed with a message, and the crowd erupted in confusion and hope. A familiar theme hit, booming through the speakers, and instantly, the energy shifted. The fans leapt to their feet, screaming at the top of their lungs. Roman Reigns had returned. Walking down the ramp with his trademark calmness yet fierce intensity, Roman looked every bit the tribal chief that WWE had missed. His presence alone sent shockwaves through the building. The Vision froze in disbelief. The Usos, beaten but alive, looked up toward their bloodline, realizing that the head of the table was back in business. Roman entered the ring slowly, his eyes fixed on the Vision. The crowd chanted louder and louder, "Welcome back." But Roman didn't smile, didn't blink, his focus was locked on the enemies who thought they had ended the legacy of his family. The Vision attempted to stand their ground, but unease spread across their faces as Roman squared up. The first strike landed with thunder. Roman charged with a Superman punch that nearly knocked the teeth out of one member of the Vision. The crowd exploded in cheers. Another Vision member tried to charge him, but Roman blasted him with a spear that rattled the ring. The Usos regained their strength and joined the fight, feeding off the adrenaline of their cousin's return. The ring transformed into chaos. Jimmy and Jay delivered their signature superkicks in stereo while Roman decimated the opposition with his unmatched power. The Vision, who just moments earlier were celebrating domination, were now crawling, staggering, and rolling out of the ring to escape the storm. The tribal chief had arrived to restore balance. Roman picked up the microphone as the crowd chanted, "Tribal Chief! Tribal Chief!" He stood over the fallen enemies, sweat dripping, chest heaving, but his voice was strong and commanding. He declared that the bloodline wasn't finished, that family always comes first, and that the Vision had just made the biggest mistake of their lives by targeting his brothers. The Usos stood behind Roman, battered but smiling, embracing the unity they thought they had lost. Roman put an arm around them, raising their hands high as a signal to the entire WWE universe that the bloodline was once again whole. The message was clear: the Empire wasn't falling, it was rising stronger than before. The fans were electric, chanting so loud the arena shook. Signs of "Welcome back Roman" filled the crowd. This wasn't just a return, it was a declaration of war. Roman Reigns wasn't here to play games, he was here to take back his throne, to remind everyone why he was the head of the table, and why the bloodline reigned supreme. The Vision, retreating up the ramp, looked furious but also shaken. Their dominance was shattered in an instant. They tried to regroup, yelling threats back into the ring, but their voices were drowned out by the deafening roars of the crowd celebrating the return of Roman Reigns. Roman lifted the mic one last time and told the Vision that this was only the beginning. He promised to tear down everything they had built, brick by brick, limb by limb, until the bloodline stood on top once again. The Usos nodded in agreement, and the three of them stared down their enemies with fire in their eyes. Raw went off the air with the image of Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jay Uso, united once more. The crowd's cheers echoed as Roman raised his finger high, signaling his dominance. The bloodline was back, and the WWE landscape had just changed forever. Do you want me to extend this into an even longer, promo-style speech directly from Roman, where he talks for several minutes addressing the Vision, the WWE Universe, and his family?